showtime.
Only slabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here for the Great Wall of Comics. It's another Saturday, and it's time for Only Slabs. We can't have Only Slabs with just me. It requires at least one other co-host. And what other co-host could we possibly have other than the co-host of Only Slabs, Mr. Chris the Comic Vet? How the hell are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I've had a packed morning already. This is the one weekend of the month where I have a meeting in the morning, a breakfast meeting with the Sons of the American Revolution. And so I was at a 3-hour breakfast meeting this morning and I go, okay, I'm glad we're wrapping up right now because I got to get going. I got to get back home for this show. And I'm excited. I don't know if you had a chance to see our guest's Instagram, but let's bring him on here. First of all, LH Comics and Collectibles. Lawrence, welcome to Only Slabs.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully you can hear me.
Oh, we can hear you perfectly. We're brilliant. Everything that we were dealing with backstage was backstage. Now we're live. It's brilliant. We're live, not Memorex.
Exit stage left.
Lawrence, your comic book collection that you have posted on your Instagram is fabulous. Such a wide variety of books, and I love your comment. The description of his Instagram, simply focusing on pre-80s keys. For 40 years, you've been collecting.
Probably more. Here. I mean, I don't know when you want me to start talking about myself, but
we'll do that. We'll come back to it in a second. We'll let you do the whole intro. We are required by law, YouTube law, to say hello to the room, so we'll do Romper Room.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
Well, here we are, and I hope that they did. As I scroll to the top, Las Cruces has taken over the top spot. Hooray. Previously, I know it was TM Nerdy had been there for the longest time. It was announced that he had rejoined the channel membership, and I appreciate you there, TM Nerdy. Las Cruces popping in here. Brian LCS, have a great Only Slabs today. I woke up this morning early, and I got focused on so many other things that by the time I remembered that Breakfast with Brian was on, he was wrapping up the show. So I never got to really see much of it today before I had to run off. But go back and watch the rerun. I did see there's quite a stack of books he's giving away here this month. Chop and drop. Let's go. Happy Slabber Day. It's slabbing time. 100%. We're definitely doing that. Trev, the shipping guru. It's slabbing time. Hello to everybody. Steve White. Great afternoon, everybody. Yep. I'll be getting to the afternoon here pretty quick. Collecting with Durs. He's stuck at work again this weekend, unfortunately. Sorry to hear that. He seems to be working a lot of weekends lately. Poor guy. But better him than me. Tommyverse, hello, how are you? Good afternoon, everybody. Time for some sexy slabbing action, 100%. Lone Eagles here. Mr. Comics 89, slab me, baby. Absolutely. Cat fan, comics man, hello, and glad to be celebrating Slabber Day with Fat Stacks Comics and the Comic Vets. Absolutely. Charmaine Deacon checking in from the UK. Jesper from Sweden. Jesper, I hadn't heard from you yet whether you got all your art pieces from Comics Curing Cancer. I hope that everything arrived safe and sound. And I hope the fact that you haven't let me know, it doesn't mean that it all got damaged or something. I'd hate to hear that. Let's see here. Charmaine's there. Jesper again. Trev. Cat. Okay, I've sing that. Okay, good. Joe from Anachronic Comics.
Hello, Joe.
Hello there. Oh, Zabrowski Pulp Media putting his eyeballs on the product to see what we're doing. I'm happy to have you swing on by. Mad Spidey, Australia is in the house.
Australia.
Yep. We got Sweden, Australia, the UK thus far.
Wow.
Let's see here. Wellborn, how you doing? Yep. Canada's always here. Not that we don't value you. Don't get me wrong.
No, I'm not saying Steve White is here and he's representing the nation.
That's true. Yeah. You know what I learned today at my meeting this morning was that today, this exact day in history, 250 years ago today, some Americans decided to have a tea party.
Oh,
that's today.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I had a lot of coffee this morning in
okay.
celebration.
Did you partake in tea? Or?
No, I had coffee. Wayne Deacon, how you kids? How you doing? Let's see. I think I said hello to Chop and Drop, but just in case. Let's see. Phil Allen, how are you doing? Hello, all. Who else do we need to say? Oh, hey, there we go. Ayo, Nikki Pancakes is here. How you doing, brother? I should ask. I guess actually Beckerman if I'm allowed to borrow Nikki Pancakes. That's his affectionate term for Nick Kicks and Comics. Let's see. Scrolling through the list here. Who else we got? Marty Aleko representing Canada. Hello, how you doing? Izzyverse NYC. Thank you for coming on by. KBDM. The Adventurous Joe. Yes, happy Saturday, ladies and gents. The Adventurous Joe is in the building. 100%. Let's see here.
Hey, Joe won last weekend, didn't he?
I don't remember.
And he won I think Joe won last week and won a big fat stack of books.
It could have been.
Yeah.
I think both winners got fat stacks.
Yeah,
everybody, happy birthday to Mary Frenzy. That's my wife. It's her
happy birthday, Mary.
This is the part of our 1 month that exists where we're the same age. If you round off the significant figures. Yeah.
Good math. That's very good math.
Take it easy talking about our age, Rob. Just a heads
up. Well, I didn't rob the cradle necessarily.
I'm just saying you're not supposed to talk about that kind of thing. Just say happy birthday, move along.
Okay. Yeah, moving along. Yeah, moving along at all. Let's see here. Well, she's happy that she's earned all her battle damage. That's her battle damage for putting up with me. My God. It's not cosmetic battle damage. It's just wear and tear.
Okay, I'm gonna assume control the show for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Von Hoot checking in from the UK. He'll be catching the rewind because he's got some stuff going on today. Well, sorry that you won't be joining us live, but we're happy that you'll be checking us out on the rewind there. Dr. Von Hoot, stopping by. She's walking over this way.
Love you, Mary.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marty Aleko dropping in with our weekly first in with the super chat as he does every week. Thank you so much. Dropping that donation, $2 for the cause. Of course, all the super chats as well as the channel memberships and everything else on this channel go to support the Comics Curing Cancer event. So thank you so much there. And let's do some action figures.
Bet she gives great helmet.
Kiss me. No.
Lord Helmet, what? You're needed on the bridge, sir. Knock on my door. Knock next time.
Thank you very much there, Marty. Appreciate you kicking it off. And Wellbore says, everybody, don't forget to choke slam that like button. Thank you very much there, sir. Let's see who else we got here. Staffson from Vancouver checking in. Thank you very much. Frenzy says, slap the like button like the appendage of your choice.
Yeah.
Let's see here. TM Nerdy's dropping by. He says hello, but not just to me. Oh, until there where he then says hello to you, Chris. There you go. And he's stopping by to say hello to everybody. Happy birthdays coming into Mary. Let's see here. Mary's defending, saying good man, Chris. Rob's digging a hole. What else is new? Rob's in trouble. Let's see here. Scroll there. Fantastic comics and art here. Howdy, lurking while feeding my son. Excellent.
Awesome.
Was newborn in the
wow.
fantastic household.
Terrific.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got. I think we've hit the end. I think we said hello to everybody. If there's anybody that I missed, I deeply apologize. Again, special thanks to go out to all of our channel members who make the recurring membership goes to Comics Curing Cancer event, as well as all of those who post super chats and everything, and just like the channel and help get us in front of more eyeballs and everything else every week with all the video content we put out. It all helps us to defeat the true supervillain cancer. Shout out to those goons at the highest level supporting the cause. Son of a Bruce from Retro Rocket Comics, Stephen C., Legion of Comics, DJ Links, Dr. Von Hoot's Comics from the Spiral Dimension, Dale of Suspense, The Comic Viking, The Comic Vet, Justin Birch Letters, Trev the Shipping Guru, Austin LeMay, Collecting with Durs, Mad Spidey, Brian LCS, Chuck Hensey, Commieverse, Deadman, Anachronic Comics, Colossus Collector, My Nerdy Collection, and Daymares. And shout out to all our henchmen at the $2.99 a month level or $3.99 a month level that are helping out to support the cause. Travis Vick, Actual Dracula, Jack B Comics, PSN Green Hulkster, Digger Jim 720, Blue Hellion Comics, Comic Ozzy, Flo Dameron, Beckerman, Comics by the Bay, Sector 2815, The Real James Willie, Tate Prime, Chaos and Comics, Marty Aleko, Gary B, The Casual Comic Guy, Circumstances, Remy Q Studios, Comic Journey, Matt 268, Comics with Murdoch, Comic Man Andy, Cup of Comics, Burke Family 54 Comics, Switch Comics, Ben Parker Comics, Seth 11, Hulk Collector 82, Izzyverse NYC, A Comic Bookworm, L Green Machine, TM Nerdy, Lone Eagle, G Malo, Triple G Comics, Aggressively Relaxing, Cat Fan Comics Man, Collectible Inc., KBDM, Philtastic Comics and Art, Lisa Noble, Evil's Comics, Mon Comics, Milton Miller, JG Wellbore, Papa Wheelie, Old Man Collectibles, Timo Hana, and S. Vaughn 82. Thank you guys all so much for your continued support of this channel and your support of the battle against cancer. Last request before we get in the show, if you haven't, like everybody was saying, hit that like button. It does help us get this in front of more eyeballs. More eyeballs means more ad revenue. More ad revenue means more funds going to support cancer. So unless you're a fan of cancer, you should be hitting that like button. So there you go. If you are a big fan of cancer, then why don't you hit the thumbs down button, because the interaction is interaction as far as I'm concerned. But announce to everybody that you're a big fan of cancer, and everybody will question you morally. But hey, what are you gonna do? All right, Lawrence, welcome.
Thanks for having
How
me.
you doing? No.
Well.
Thank you for coming on. We have juggled a couple times to get you.
My fault.
No, well, hey, life happens, and that's fine. That's part of the show. I book far enough in advance in case anybody's ever thinking of becoming a guest. I do book several months in advance, and we're flexible like that because we book months in advance, so it's never a problem. Before you introduce yourself, we do have to recognize the fact that Ken B, ironically, is asking to see some slabs.
They're coming.
And here we are going to not show some slabs, but instead recognize his contribution with another thanks for the super chat. Thank you guys all so much. Appreciate you there. We are going to get that time. It's time to do it. Hello, Justin Birch. Thanks for stopping by. Lawrence, give everybody the Cliff Notes introduction of yourself, and then let's get them a little bit of what they came to see, some slab in action.
Well, I'm Lawrence Herman. I'm based in California. I've been collecting I say on my Instagram page, which is lhcomicsandcollectibles.com. I say I've been collecting for 40, but when you asked me that, I had to come up and think about it. And it's more, I think at least 45 years. And
40 plus.
Started, yeah, let's just say 40 plus, because I'm only 25. Let's just do that, right? So
right.
I got started collecting books with my dad when I was very, very young. And it was one of the ways that he and I would connect. And when I was quite young, my parents split and Dad was not around that much. And I kept doing it and he didn't. So they were kind of my escape mechanism, comic books at the time, and have been throughout my whole life, really, with small breaks at certain intervals, which that's one of the biggest regrets I have in life, was stopping,
Thank you for that, Trev, posting up the direct link.
Anyway,
He was posting up the link to your Instagram so everyone can
Oh.
get to it easily. There.
Thank you.
We also have, of course, scrolling across the bottom here, and the link is down below in the description. All right,
Cool.
Lawrence,
Yes, sir.
before we get a riot on our hand, I think we should show at least our first slab.
Okay, I don't know exactly how to do this, so I was going to start talking about it. This one, I'm pretty sure that even though it is a newsstand, I remember picking this up from a comic book store in Sacramento off the shelf for cover price.
Boom. Look at that. 9.6. We got ourselves a nice
Go ahead.
first appearance of the Hobgoblin.
Ah, sorry. Get my
That's right.
best.
You're
Yeah,
good.
You're good right there.
There you go.
Yeah, look at that.
That's the first one.
Right.
That actually, I think I bought two of these at the same time. I just liked the cover. I didn't even read Spider-Man at the time.
What?
How
dare you?
At the time. Oh, you're really gonna hate me when I say that when it comes to another one. But I love Silver Age stuff. Silver Age stuff is my jam.
That's fair.
You know. Oh, this is kind of a cool one. Am I going too fast or am I going too slow? Okay, good enough.
We'll adjust you. Don't worry. Manny the Hobgoblin chimes in and he says that he approves of your Hobgoblin.
So back in the day, I would always go up to South Lake Tahoe or North Lake Tahoe with my mom and my wife, and who's right around the corner digging this. And it was, I didn't know, we stopped off this one road and there happened to be a comic book store there, and I walked in with my family, and everybody was just, a line was wrapped around the entire store, and they were all buying The Death of Superman. And I didn't really care about it at all. And everybody had like as many copies as they could get. And the guy had, I don't know, 100 books. And I was I was the only person in the store looking at the books. And the guy was saying like, "You're the only real one. Why are, you guys should do what he's doing." Anyways, I picked out one book. I took it up. He gave it to me because he thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And it turned out to be that.
Hello, nurse.
I love this book.
Yeah.
I don't know what what's so funny is like I just recently acquired this. I think about in the same grade. I'd been looking at it for a while. For whatever reason, that book, actually I've had a raw copy, but I mean I was looking for a higher grade copy. That cover just for some reason has always jumped out at me. Just screams Bronze Age.
It does. It really does.
And
yeah.
I've just always wanted to have it. I mean, it's not an expensive book, super affordable, but just screams of Bronze Age there. Just great.
I think they wanted $10 for it at the time, and he gave it to me. That was kind of cool.
Oddly enough, a 9.2 on that book's not that much more today. No, just kidding.
No,
It's a 9.2 in that book runs you about $100 roughly.
Right. So back in the day, I mean, Sacramento had some, and San Francisco had some cool stores or whatever, but you really had to get on the phone and you had to go through the price guide and you had to call people. So I would call people and they say, "Oh yeah, I got this, I got that, blah, blah, blah." And this is one from Seattle, Washington. And I do remember the exact price I paid for it. I paid $125 for
it. First appearance of the Jackal.
Yep.
That guy.
Yep. The most popular book on OnlySlabs to be shown is this book here.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Chris always says that. I'm not 100% certain of those stats, but it's definitely, if it's not number one, it's number two. But it's definitely one without a doubt, one of the highest, most frequently shown. That and Secret Wars 8, I think. Those two books are shown.
There, but Punisher. Yeah. Now, Lawrence, before you put that down, the Amazing Spider-Man issue 129. Would you mind reading us what's on the right side of that blue label, my man?
Right side of the blue label, meaning saying the first appearance of the Punisher. Is that what you're talking
That's
about?
it.
Frank Castle and, like you said, the Jackal.
First Jackal. Yeah.
Who the hell's a Jackal? Anyway, I really
he comes to prominence a little bit later in Spider-Man lore. Rob doesn't like to talk about it, but yeah, the Jackal does become quite prominent. Not at the stratosphere of what Punisher is, but first Jackal. Yeah.
So, I see you guys saying that some of you guys are reporting you're seeing ads during the live stream, and I have no idea why you would be getting that since I have midstream and mid-flow ads are turned off, so it's not anything that I have elected. So I apologize to you guys that are getting that.
So this next one is this is kind of cool because this was, of course, bought for cover price. This was my copy. I bought it because my friend liked this character. I really had stopped reading him. And I said, it's kind of a cool cover. I'll buy it. I read it. I liked it. I put it away. Forgot about it.
Oh my.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
in the 9.8.
Well, I
There
was
we
going to
go.
say, like, we've had this book a few times, but the 9.8 editions, they're a little bit more tough to come by. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous.
It's a nice book. I did not expect that. I mean, you get what you get when you put them in. You never know. I got a couple of caveats in here. I'm bringing those too to talk about.
Anytime you can get the second appearance of Venom in a 9.8, that's fabulous.
Yeah, exactly. Well put. That's absolutely true.
Yeah, well, when we were, especially, I mean, the attribution of first appearance being a more recent scenario, I remember when I was collecting originally, it was very commonly referred to as the second appearance, that $2.99 was the first appearance. It was just, and it is. I mean, cameo, first is first, right?
I don't think you can go on a comic book group or a chat and not have people arguing about Hulk 180 and Hulk 181 nowadays. I mean,
well, and that's just stupid because they all admit that Wolverine's in 180, therefore first is first. Right. Now, whether or not you want to make it the money book, that's a completely different ball of wax.
Right.
But first is first.
What's interesting too, and I don't have the way to prove this right now, but I've been told that as far as in the book, if you're talking about the likeness, like an advertisement for his upcoming appearance, that's Marvel. That's the Iron Fist's first appearance, Marvel Premiere 15. There's an ad for that. But anyway, whatever. It's all the same. So here's one. This is from the same dealer. I got a lot. I got to give a shout out to back in the day. Some of my biggest home runs were from Mark Wilson and World's Finest Comics and Collectibles back in the day, and that kind of went. Well, no. Anyway, here we go.
Oh, wow!
Yes, that's a fat book. I was surprised when I picked mine up. I was surprised how thick it actually is.
Yeah, it's hard. It's harder to find the higher grades because it's a square bound book, and they always get smashed. They get rolled over and stuff.
I wasn't aware of that.
Now,
yeah, go ahead.
When that Silver Surfer book there, do you remember where you picked that up, or is that something you had when you?
That was from Mark Wilson. And he was basically at the time, it's all the Marvels that are coming up, every single one of them, he was selling at major discounts at the time because no one cared at the time. No one was interested. This was early 90s. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but he was trying to discount things like Iron Man 1, you name it, that one right there. So I bought these books on a whim because these were the characters I remembered, playing and reading with my dad in the 70s. So it wasn't really purchased because, I got to have this. It was, you know what? This guy's making some good points that someday in the future, I'm going to really be happy that I did this. So I did it,
right. And the future's here. We got Silver Surfer talked about in the movies. Chris, you want to venture to guess what this book would run today?
A Surfer 1 in a 9.2?
Yes.
These are interesting times we're in.
Yeah,
kind
of.
I'm going to let the chat.
Yeah, but this is
well.
hype with the current movie.
Right.
Right.
So,
Right. And high grade's always going to hold something,
Let's see. Mad Spidey is in at 800. Mr. Comics is in at $4,000. I wasn't going to go quite as high as $4,000. I was thinking more $1,200.
Okay. So now the last 9.2 that shows up in cover price, which we use for this, is from December 2022. So we're not going to count that. I will tell you that a 9.0 sold in October 2023 for $3,800.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Comics is right.
In November 18th, just 1 month ago, a 9.4 sold for $10,200. Now,
interesting times.
That book might be a signed book. I don't know for certain. I will tell you that it is out of scope from actually August of this year, 10,000. April of this year, 11,000. No, 9.4 has consistently sold for about $10,000. So putting this book in a 9.2 at probably around anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 is probably a fair price right now. What that book's selling right now today.
I regret every book I traded and sold. Every damn book. I regret it.
Oh,
in an art, I can think that I've only purchased. I think I made a trade for a book that's in here, which I'm getting to with a couple of books, and I sold an Avengers one for I sold an Avengers one for $1,100 to get a Macintosh Quadra 800 for my recording studio. Great move. That was a great move. But anyway, let's talk about it. So this is something I'm actively. I did get back into collecting in recent years. The last 5 years, I quit for a while, and I'm picking up this guy. This is just one I just happened to grab because I want to show something that I'm actively doing.
Oh yeah, this is a great. These early Daredevils, we've talked about this before. Aside from issue 1, which is only recently become worth quite a bit. They are. I mean, I haven't dug deep into them, but I got to imagine that they're very much like the early Captain America books. They're probably only a couple $100 at most for a low near mint book.
Exactly.
Plus,
if you put like some almost all of the Daredevil books are non-keys except for a couple. But if you put a non-key Daredevil book in the same grade up against an FF or any of them, you're just moving the decimal point over to the right. You know what I mean? That's the difference. It's ridiculous, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, and he's a very popular character. So he's a great character. If somebody wants to get into collecting getting a Silver Age run, whether you want them slabbed or not, you want to get some high grade books, you can affordably be on the lookout for some of these characters. Not we've said before, if you want to collect and keep your money, Spider-Man's not the way to, at least Amazing Spider-Man's not the way to go. But these early Silver Age books, Daredevils, the Captain Americas, the Captain Marvels, some of these are really, really affordable Silver Age into early Bronze Age runs that you can pick up super affordably and have yourself a beautiful, beautiful mid to high grade collection. Yeah.
You mentioned the Captain Marvels, which I'm actually actively collecting as well. Those are beautiful covers. I mean, the Daredevil and that whole era, that 60s Marvel, that particular run though, just the colors that they use just always blows my mind. Every time I see one, I want to grab it. You know what I mean? It's just great.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is another one picked up. I think it was $300. Yeah. I think I did okay.
Oh, God, Peter, hit me!
Yeah!
Ow!
And 9.4. Yeah.
Yeah. 9.4.
There we go. Sorry for the glare problem. I'm just
No. That's this is a book we don't get on here as much as you would think we would.
Right. And these books have been going for big bucks lately still. Like, even though in the MCU, Iron Man has fallen, but
this is a book that's actually taken a fairly reasonable downturn. But hold that back up again. What was the grade on that one?
His was a 9.4.
9.4 white.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I take that back. You know what?
I can do this one, Rob.
Oh my God!
I can tell you that
cow, a
9.6 this week sold for $8,955 on eBay. Now, whether that buyer paid or not, I don't know. But yeah, that's close to a.
Well, I will say that as 9.6, that price that they paid is consistent with the last several transactions on a 9.6. So a 9.4, where do you think a 9.4 comes then, Chris?
See, this is my gut.
It was $300.
Yeah.
Okay.
You made yours, no problem, Lawrence.
Let's say $8,200, Rob.
Now you're gonna half it.
Oh,
9.6
really?
to 9.4. Yeah, 9.6 to 9.4 halves it.
That's about right.
$4,500 is
my
the
goodness.
consistent price. The high back in the peak of the pandemic, 15 grand on this book. One sold. If you can believe that? But yeah, no, 4.5.
One thing I heard a long time ago about this. It's something to think about. That if you cracked this 9.4 white and looked at it up against a 9.6 and a 9.8, the difference is so ridiculously not important. And if you think about how many 9.4s you can get as opposed to a 9.8, to me, it's a no-brainer, especially with the books where there's not a big or there's not as many books, at least graded on the census, which is, I know it's inaccurate, but it's a good way to check out whether the book is, there's so many of them. You know what I mean? Anyway,
yeah, I've advocated and happy to reiterate again. One of the things I believe strongly in is having some access to some sales data information outside of eBay last sold, and taking a look at that. And if you're looking at a book, look at it all the different grades and find out where is that nexus in value versus grade versus what you're willing to spend, right?
Yeah.
Because you'll find a lot of people are super into like, oh, low grade better, no grade great, and you can hop into a low grade book at a price. But right now on some of these bigger books, there's a lot of people doing that. The low grade books are all stacked up pretty high. And if you look and realize that, hey, for 2% more, you can get like 3 grades higher.
Yep.
All of a sudden, potentially, you can see that, hey, maybe let me save up a little bit, another week or two, because now I can get a significantly better book. Conversely, at the high end, understanding that, hey, the difference is so subtle on these that, yeah, I don't need even especially with modern books, 9.8 to 9.6, but is a huge, sometimes a 10 times drop. But then you go, from a 9.6 to a 9.4, or in these Silver Age books, anything from a 8.5 to a 9.4 is a fabulous book.
Exactly.
And sometimes that can mean a difference of like $800 or more, depending upon what book key it is. But even in some of these just lower, you guys have seen me open recently, some of those Captain America books. Like I said, I can pick up a 9.2 for $100 or $200, but if I go to a 9.6, all of a sudden it's $800 to $1,000
or more,
more.
Yeah,
fabulous, good thing for everybody there to keep in mind.
Here's one of the things to keep in mind. Just remember, you guys, your hair color looks like you've been started along with me. So there was no slabbing, there was no checking, there was no grading, and you bought what you bought and you hoped for the best. And sometimes you ran into people who did things like this.
Oh, God.
Look carefully. So this was sold to me, as unrestored. And there's color touch on it. And I didn't know that. And I couldn't tell. And I think also, just color touch. And person still sells out there. He's still there. But, that's a caveat. I mean, if people there's a lot of people that bitch about slabbing, but it's kind of like, when you have that happen, you're happy about it. Like,
it's a little bit better, but that's one of the advantages of buying slabs is you hope that they've caught everything. It's not always the case. I know that one of the groups that I'm in recently, somebody had posted 2 different Fantastic Four 49s that they had, and noticed that the back cover was different on the 2 of them. And in fact, one of them, it turns out, was missing the back cover, but it was Blue Label, was graded above a 0.5. They no indication it was missing the back cover. CGC's completely missed that it was missing the back cover.
Yeah, that can happen too. I mean, it's a huge operation.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Monday morning book.
If that's the thing, if you run 1/2 of 1% errors and you have thousands of books come through, guess what? There's a couple dozen that get through that get missed, and that's just the.
How about this one? And just real quick, let's be quick. So, and this did happen to me a couple of years ago. A lot of these dealers are dealing raw grades, and they're putting a grade number on it. So I bought one for 9.4, and this is a trusted dealer, a person that I bought from many years ago, and I had it graded. It came back an 8.
Yeah.
What, you know, I mean, I personally still like the idea with Raw. Say, like, so you call it VF, VFNM, or NM. Don't give me a number until it's slabbed. You know what I mean? Don't give me numbers, because it's if you're wrong, then you're on the hook, or you're not on the hook.
Even still, though, they would have said it was a near mint book, and it came back a VF. That's
thing, I guess.
That's still a misinterpretation of the grading. But again,
the wondrous statement of VFNM back in the day, where it's like, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's somewhere in this here, way, you know.
That's right. Here's a giant tunnel. It's somewhere in there.
Well, here's one.
All right.
Here's one I don't think that we have to argue that's a VF.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. This is a great book cover. The Steranko.
Yeah, the Steranko covers of this book, of this series, are fantastic. Some of the best. I would say second, in my opinion, to anything Neil Adams did with in Strange Adventures, but this is my second favorite run of covers.
That's great.
Yeah, I feel that's Steranko's best work.
So
stuff.
This is the second. Well, I got a couple more Marvels here, but I'm gonna go to DC next. But this was the one that,
so don't forget to let us know when we get to the halfway mark.
Yeah, I think we're almost there. When a particular movie came out, everybody said this book this shot up in value, and I said, I think I have that. I'm pretty sure I bought that. I did buy that. I bought that for like $90.
Oh, yes.
Hello, nurse.
I used that one again by mistake. Sorry.
Oh, that is incredible. A 9/8 first ongoing Doctor Strange. Love it. Love it.
I've been trying to pick up this series just to get the whole run of this small series up to, what is it, 183 is where it stops. Those aren't going cheap anymore. I mean, that's those days.
You say that on your Instagram that you focus on high grade. You aren't kidding.
my thing is, well, that, I mean, yeah, I can't afford a 9/8 now. You know what I mean?
No, well, that's the advantage of long-term collecting, right?
Exactly.
Is that you can have books today that you spent a lot of money back then for what a book was potentially, or at least a fair market value. And today it looks like, oh my God, I wish I paid that, right? It's just like when Anachronic Comics talks about, oh yeah, I've got this book and I paid cover price for it, 12 cents back. Yeah, but then you held on to it and all these other things. And, if we all held on to everything from our youth and never played with it, or even if we did, we could all have that too. But,
Right. This next one is a cautionary tale. A person who actually did time in jail for fraud by doing this and by doing things with cards back in the day, and purchased as unrestored VFNM.
But still, there you go. Yeah, I mean, still, yeah. This is from what, 1962?
Yep, sure is. And it's trimmed. That was the thing that certain unscrupulous sellers were doing. They were trimming their books and color touching them.
And get off that, make those edges sharp or whatever. But still, I'm not restored. I'm not, when we were talking about early Silver Age and beyond, I don't hate on it, but it does suck if you buy a book that's presented as unrestored and original, then you find out after the fact. That definitely does suck. But at least when it's up front and you're on it and stuff, I don't have a huge issue with older books like that being restored or conserved.
It's got to be disclosed, and I mean, clearly it wasn't disclosed to me, and I knew the guy was doing it and I found out by finding his mugshot later. 15 years later on the internet, you know what I mean? Yeah. Nice. And he ended up I'll talk to you on a different medium about that. He's still out there. Anyway, this is the final Marvel, and I don't have a lot of older stuff. I was trying to get into it, but I could just never find them. But this is older.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh yes.
Wow.
Nice old Captain America, Human Torch. Oh, nice.
Lawrence, before you put that down, who's the creative team behind this book?
You have to look. You know, it was Schomburg. Alex Schomburg was the cover,
Yep.
and then it says Vince Alasia, Jimmy Thompson, and Al Bellman internal art.
Oh, so Alan Bellman. Okay, so Alan Bellman does have a short story at the end of this. We were talking about Bellman last week. He passed away recently in the last couple of years, like one of the last original Captain America artists that was still alive. But yeah, that's a fantastic book in a 7.5 too, everyone.
And I would tell you, looking at it, I'm almost considering cracking it and having somebody do a little pressing work on it, because it sure looks it looks pretty good to me. I mean, better than a 7.5, but what do I know? We're at the
Beautiful
halfway part. Just so you
Sounds
know.
good. We will pause. We'll throw up our hashtag for folks for our first giveaway. Make it marvelous. Hashtag Marvel us. And we will go ahead and use that in just a moment to give away a set of books. Again, we've restored. There are more Fat Stacks of Comics to pull out of there. There's another slab that's been added to the box. Lots of things go away. And of course, we ship internationally. So everybody go ahead and enter in, hit that hashtag Marvel-us, OUS, us. There we go. Thanks everybody who's supporting this channel. By the way, we hit a milestone this week, over 1,700 subscribers now. Thank you very much. I guess that means we officially begin our march towards 2,000. So there we go. Hopefully, maybe before Heroes Con, we'll hit that benchmark and we'll be able to do a nice little big giveaway. Now, so Chris, what you got coming up for everybody this week there over on the Comic Vet channel?
It's funny how our channels walk almost side by side when it comes to monumental numbers. I crossed over 1,500 yesterday.
Nice.
For like the second time in 24 hours. But yesterday I just released the top 10 highest selling graded comic books on eBay for this past week. Let me tell you, there was some books that made my mouth just drop open. There was a book I never even heard of that finished incredibly high with an incredible amount of money. Everyone, when you're done checking out OnlySlabs, if you have a quick 5 or 6 minutes, check out that video. I'm really, really happy with this series and how people are responding to it. This Wednesday will be Show Us What You Got, the open invitation to check out everyone's new comic book day. And yep, that's always there. And I plan on doing a 1,500 subscriber giveaway. So watch for that in the next few days on the details, how to enter for that. But thank you.
Phenomenally. You gonna give away a $298, $299?
You stop that now. No, just
Lawrence, anything coming up for you in the next couple of days or week?
As far as comic books, I'm weekly watching auctions and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not going to say what I'm watching, but yeah, I got some things that hopefully I'll be able to afford. All I can say,
make sure you go over there, get that follow on the Instagram so you can see the posts of new stuff that comes in and keep up to speed with that. Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead. I see 37 out of 42 people have entered into the contest there. So, or not really a contest, it's just a random draw. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, say it with me. Wheel of there you go. Fish. Wheel of fish. Yes. Took it a moment here to go to double clicked it in order to get to play. But boom, Wayne Deacon. We're going back to the UK. Let's see if I'm going to be giving away fat stacks or not, Simon. All right. So here's the deal, Lawrence. You're going to be. Oops, let me put this way. All right. Nope. This one. Yes. All right. You're going to be selecting the books for Wayne. So what we do is we're going to be giving away at least 6 books. You're going to give me a number. You have your choices. You can either tell me a number between 1 and 10 from the front, 1 and 10 from the back, or we can do back to front where I just go and you tell me when to stop.
You go and I'll tell you when to stop.
All right. So let's go. All right. So you want the book in front of my finger, behind my finger, or pull both of them?
Pull both of them.
Very popular choice. All right. We'll go some more.
Stop.
Okay. Both?
Both.
Yeah. Making sure that I don't have any bonus pulls or anything yet. All right. At least one more time here.
Stop. 2. Pull 2.
All right. And it looks like we have, okay, no bonus books today. All right. Let's see what we got here. First up, oh, nice Del Auto cover from Batman, current Batman run, City of Bank. Beautiful
Look at that
bank.
art.
Gorgeous. Kind of looks like he's stuck in the Matrix.
Yeah.
This is a great Del Auto cover. Going back a little bit, older book. Here we go. We got some Warlock Chronicles, some nice shiny.
Nice. Nice.
I love that character.
We have The Life of Captain Marvel, #1, Adam Hughes, Virgin variant.
Brie
Gorgeous.
Larson, in effect.
Gorgeous cover.
The first black suit Superman, minor key.
Interesting.
Major key if you're a Superman fan.
Yeah.
True. We have Prelude to Infinity and Avengers issue 17.
Cool.
And we'll see. We had the Warlock Chronicles in here. So why not have the origin of him with Fantastic Four issue 66?
Yeah! Yeah!
This is
So
why
that's the
this
one I
is
picked
why
for myself,
I enter.
right?
This is why I enter everyone. Like FF68, like come on. I don't this is the part where Rob's like, well, Chris, it's a lower grade. It's a
lower grade. It's got
conditions.
some-
It doesn't matter.
I'm pretty
Doesn't
sure I picked
matter.
that for me. I picked that for me. That's what I think.
Like, come on.
Congratulations, Wayne.
Yeah. Congratulations. Wayne.
This is why the giveaways here on OnlySlabs are the best goddamn giveaways. We
You
do
have to
this
get this on a
all
t-shirt.
the time.
What is that doing?
Oh,
All right, Wayne, I will get these out to you. I'm sure it'll take a little bit longer because the postal
look, I
service
know
this time of
Wayne-
year is a little
I know
slow.
Wayne's
But
a faithful watcher and
Yeah.
the channel membership and everything, but see, this is why I enter too. Everyone, make sure you enter to try. To
I
try
didn't
and
know I
win
was
these
allowed
stuff.
to. I thought I
Oh
wasn't
my
supposed to.
goodness.
all right,
There I was happy with that Captain Marvel. I'm like, that's just so nice. And then FF68.
yeah. When I was in the first when I saw that book coming out there, I was like, oh, wow, that
Chris
book's
is
been in
not
there
gonna
for a
like
while.
this one, right?
It's funny because like I know some of the books that are in here, and some of these books sit in here for a while. And I'm
Mhm.
always surprised sometimes how long it takes for a book to get pulled out. Yet other times I'll drop books in. Like last week, I had just started introducing the Fat Stacks of Comics. Only had 2 of them in there, and 2 of them get pulled out the first week. You know, I'm like crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's awesome.
yeah.
Congratulations. It is time to get back into more slabbing actions. We keep the show rolling along because I know that's what everybody's really here for. So in our second half of the show, what are you going to kick off for us now?
Well, I did. I blew my Marvel wad, so now I'm going to focus on DC. I'm going to start kind of young, or at least as young as I focus on in the grand scheme of bronze, silver, gold, all that. And I'll go get older as we go. So here's one that. Oh, that's right. So I had a 9.2 white, or it turned out to be a 9.2 white because I owned it. And this was one that I traded. The guy wanted to buy it, and I bought this in its place. And I still like that 9.2 white. But
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
there we go. So the first Deathstroke, everybody, I think so, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Predecessor to the other guy.
Of course, Titans now the team of
Right.
the DC universe. So definitely a series that's we've seen more and more interest in on these older books. We see people going back now more. Well, there were always some folks that were interested in the old Teen Titans books, but definitely seen a lot more action, I think, these days in that now that they're the forefront of the DC team universe.
And since you mentioned that, I just swapped what I was going to show next. And
Ooh.
we'll go with this one, which I think this. I really like these guys. I really like this. I like the artist. I like the whole concept of it.
There's some showcase. Yes.
Oh, Hawk and Dove.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. White of that. Yeah.
The original Dove.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. What is that? Steve Ditko, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That is, yep, cover and art.
Yep.
So this next one, I think this book is tremendously underappreciated, even though people like it, just considering how cool this character is and how he was a 70s character and then brought back into the foray by Alan Moore and all that sort of stuff. And this is currently my best copy of this book.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Awesome. Lawrence, would you mind reading us what's on the right side of that blue label, my man?
Origin and first appearance of the demon Etrigon and Rondo. New glasses. Randu. So
Yeah. That's
Yeah, a lot of love for the demon. I know that when I opened up one a couple weeks back, tons and tons of love from the community for Etrigan.
I saw that you got that one. I thought it was a good move. I know they're not uncommon books, but it's a dark cover, and it's not as common in the higher grades as you would think. So
yeah, but a higher grade isn't that ridiculous either. I mean, it's a really reasonable book again because
so affordable.
It's late Bronze Age, which is crazy to say. It's still nearly 50 years old, but at the same point, it's a book that's out there. It's not a book that's highly coveted yet, but fans of Ditko and stuff, they're gonna say, hey, and Kirby and all these guys, these old school guys, they're gonna sit there, hey, that's one of those books that they want to have in their collection.
Yeah. So this next one is when I got back into stuff, I said, I was looking at there's the registry boards and then there's all that. And so I said, well, what's the one that people don't, what's a character that's always been around, that's part of all these groups, part of these storylines, but you don't really see him that often. And I went with this guy, and I finally got a high grade version of his first appearance.
Yeah. Woo! Those were some weak ass grooves.
Metamorpho.
Yep.
Yes.
That's a book that's going to be at the forefront in the next while.
I didn't predict that, but
I
mean, I was looking at them at the time, and similar to the Daredevil books, the run of this stuff was pretty affordable compared to the other books of the similar age and similar history and all that sort of stuff.
I love going through the list of the keys on the Brave and the Bold and series and showcase, and going in there and finding some of these characters and stuff that, some of them became obviously big names, and some of them didn't necessarily become big, huge names. And there's a lot of keys in those runs that you pick up some of those unknown characters or lesser characters and hold on to them. You stash them away. They're great to have. Not only are they great covers oftentimes and whatnot, but I mean, just, you never know, like that. All of a sudden becomes a metamorphose. Like I'm hearing a lot of, people get interested in it.
So this next one, this was, I believe, the last time as in my youth going. My dad was allowed to see me once every 3 weeks, and we'd hang out. It was like the best time of the month when I was a child. So I had scrimped and saved a bunch of money, and he drove me to a Comic-Con SF. And I just remember this really small hotel. It was in the basement, and there was a handful of dealers. And I kept walking around. And I said, "That's what I want. I want that one." So, "Are you sure? Don't you like these other things? Don't you like Captain?" "No, that's the one I want." And then later, had it pressed, had it graded, and I got this for
Oh,
Not $95.
Oh.
Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, that book was on my hit list for 2023, and it didn't come to fruition. But yeah,
it's a
there's
a
no way I'd be
spicy.
getting a 9.2, but even a 1.5 or a 1.8 is almost $1,000 at this point. But yeah, Swamp Thing, just incredible.
$95.
95 bucks.
With the forethought that you had is ridiculous. Because Chris, let's do it. Let's play guess that book.
Oh, I just I feel wow. So what grade was that again? A 9?
9.2.
9.2 off white to white.
Oh yeah. The thing that I love about that so much is that it's Louise Simonson as the character on the cover. 9.2.
Can I stop you right there and ask
Sure.
you to pause on doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not sure if I promised this on my Instagram page. I'm going to showcase something I've never shown before at the end. It's going to be the final book. So
Okay.
can we wait for that one?
Sure.
Okay. Is that okay? All right. So we're not that far away. So this is one of the So the second I quit collecting in '95, and then I came back just to show my son on his 10th birthday, right around there, what a Comic-Con was like. And I said, okay, I'm going to take $100. I'm going to buy something. Okay. And ended up getting this.
Oh, yes. Nice.
Now, what's interesting about this, and you know what? I'm showing the wrong book. It's okay. But what the book I wanted to show is also a 7. It was a green label because I bought the book and I put it away. And I didn't realize that it had a staple pull. So green label, But anyway.
Hey, go ahead and Chris, go ahead and ask him.
Yeah, before you put that dead man down, let's pay some respect to Mr. Adams. Would you mind reading us what's on the right side of that blue label?
I will. Origin and first appearance of Deadman, Boston brand. First appearance of Vashnu, Tiny, and Lorna.
Yeah. And this.
The reason why I wanted to show the green one first, and my eyesight, yes, it is. You know me, Cali. You know me? Okay. What's up? What's up, random person? No. So this, anyway, the reason why was because I got really upset about having a green label. I just didn't expect that. It was kind of similar to the grading your books 25 years later and finding out that they're restored, the worst of trimming. So I tracked down this one. Same book.
That's how you do it.
I'm going to guess it. Dead. You appreciate Dead Man.
I do, and this is yeah. I believe that this character is vastly underappreciated. I think the print run and the paper quality that DC was using at that time period is it's Jason. I know John. Yeah. If it's John, I think that's the guy who bought my it's John or Jason. Which one of you guys bought my first Deathstroke? Anyway. Anyways, I think something to be said about DC versus Marvel is that
Dead Man says, "Can I have the other one?"
No. The paper quality of DC is just crap compared to the Marvel. The Marvel, and if you look on the census, I know it's wrong, but I'm gonna maybe put my ass in a sling here. For every one DC book of the Silver Age, you're looking at a quantity of 10 Marvel. There's just much. There's so many more available. So at some point, as we move forward, the DC stuff, it's just rare. It's rarer to find. Now it's not. Anyway, that's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. But yeah, and then there's two ways of it. I mean, nowadays with who is it? Vincent Zerzolo said that the CGC thing has made comic books a commodity, so you can almost trade them like a stock. So it is a real market where, like you say, what is it sold for? Oh, it's going down. Oh, it's going up. You know what I mean? So that can make things scream in value like stocks. And conversely, if there's not enough to be sold, then there's no movement, then there's no market, you know? So anyway, it's something to think about. Here's an
like NFTs.
Yeah. How do I tell you?
We'll move right along.
How do I tell you I don't know what you're talking about by not telling you I don't know what you're talking about?
I know it's something people say, and I know that it sold for a lot at one point, and the market's crap.
Yeah, it's gone, I guess.
And now we get to laugh at people for buying stuff that didn't exist.
I love having books that I have no idea where I got them from. Raw. No idea where I got this.
Oh, sweet. Hold on.
Yeah, this is the best ever.
I love Jay Garrick, and these all flash, these types of books with him featured prominently. They're so great.
Yeah.
Golden Age art is fabulous.
It is, you know, and the huge heads and the stuff, like the Submariner. I don't have any Submariner of his title, but some of those books are just the coolest to me. I would love to have them, but not willing to sell a house to get them. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you can have a buddy in Australia find them for you for next to nothing, thanks to the exchange rate, and they send them to you. And
wow, so who's this buddy?
Mad Spidey's my hookup. That's how I got my Golden Age Submariner book.
This is a cool book because it's a key, it's scarce, it's old, and it has a meaning, and it also has a meaning to what you're doing here with the comics curing cancer. Around the time I think obviously it had to have been 2000, the second time I decided to stop collecting and stop trading internet stocks. All this internet stocks was just tanking, not different to like, you know, cryptocurrency or NFTs or whatever. And at the same time that was happening to me, my father was diagnosed with lymphoma, which by the way, a year later he had immunotherapy, second best surviving case of immunotherapy in the world at that time. But I sold all the stocks. I said, what am I going to do with this? And even though I wasn't buying, I was still getting these mailing lists from people. And I just saw when I saw this book, and it was instead, you know, a lot of these lists would have, you know, 20, 30 books shown. This was a one-page saying, I've never seen this book in this high grade. I conservatively call it a VF minus, you know, and I'm going to price it at guide. And so this book I purchased because my father was diagnosed with cancer, in the hopes maybe some sort of good faith type of person that maybe I would have some good karma put to him.
Very nice.
Oh,
the first appearance of the Guardian and the Newsboy Legion by Simon and Kirby, and 8.5. They're not a lot higher, not a lot of this book to begin with, but yeah.
So what year was this book released?
1942. First appearance of the original Robot Man as well, who would later go on to be used for Doom Patrol and all that, I believe. Maybe not the same character, but same type of thing. So wow. I'm at my last book, and remember how you wanted? I told you to wait on the trying to figure out what the price is.
Sure.
And this is the last story. This is the first time I quit collecting books. This was when my son was born in '95. Who's 28. He's a banger. He's healthy, great guy, all that. But when he was born, he was 2.5 months premature, and I didn't have a whole lot of. I mean, I was scraping up everything I could to buy books and whatever. And he was in an incubator for a month and a half, and he came home, and it's like, God, what? I can't keep doing this. I got to focus on this. You know what I mean? And so I put all my money and my time and my effort to raising my kid and putting a family together, all that. But I said, you know what? I'm going to do one last gasp. So I called up. I don't know if I called him or I messaged him. I couldn't have messaged him. I might have written him. Anyways, it was Metropolis Comics over in New York. It was Stephen Fischler. And I said, I'm looking for this book. Do you have anything? Do you have the best case of this book? He says, I have the best condition copy of this book I've ever seen. And I'll sell it to you for, at the time was, I think it was 8 times guide. I said, do it. I did it. I'm done. And this is what I got back after I had it pressed and then graded.
Smoke if you got them.
Oh my God! What the? No freaking way!
Oh,
This is the first time I've shown this book. It's not been on my Instagram page. I wanted to do this specifically for you guys. And this book is this is Alex Herman's book. This was purchased for my son 28 years ago.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So, well, as a Swamp Thing fan, now I understand why you did what you did earlier. And a 9.6, my
the person that pressed this and 3 people that have looked at this book said that they don't actually understand why it's a 9.6 as opposed to a 9.8. But you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, granted that the bump for a 9.8 would be fabulous, but I'm betting from when you bought it, and we don't need to discuss. I'm guessing you do okay here. So, Chris, we were told to defer, so we can do a 2-for-1 here.
Oh.
So we'll start here with this is the 9.6 now, or do you want to start with the
what was the
previous
other grade?
9.2?
The other grade was a 9.4, correct?
The other was a 9.2.
9.2. Pardon me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this is easily 5 figures.
Okay, you say so.
Just
I'm not giving you any hints. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just going to play along here. Which do you want to start with, the 9.6 or the 9.2?
Let's go 9.2, and I was thinking like
Yeah, there we go. That's
$8,000.
right. There's my catchphrase. It's a spicy meatball. It most certainly is.
So the 9.2, I was guessing $8,000.
Okay, so the 9.2, you're not too far out there. The last sold was 7,800 in September, with previous sale at 9,074. So around 8,000, you'd be pretty on for a 9.2. So having said that, now this is where we go to that logarithmic scale, especially as we get old, and higher. This is so having said that. And this I know Lawrence understands what I'm talking about. I start talking logarithmic scale. We talk about that with audio all the time, and sound, and volume,
I don't real again. I mean, you put my 9.2 up against that 9.6. It's apples and oranges. They're both great.
Yeah, they're
books.
very, very.
Why is this a 9.2 and why is it a 9.6 and why the price of this?
Just the rarity, the number of books that are in that range and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
so again, this was the key book I was going to chase this year, but it just couldn't get that low grade around the number that I wanted.
I will tell you, this book has been flat for 3 years. In 2021, 2022, and 2023, 9.6s sold, all of them essentially flat. So this
$21,000.
You would be unable to afford this book. This book has sold in 2021, 2022, and 2023 for $33,000 to $33,600.
Which it should. As a Swamp Thing fan, as it should.
So yeah, it is a couple of spicy meatballs.
Yeah.
To say that. So Grandma had to make those meatballs because they're that damn good. That is
the way, this is the way I love to end OnlySlabs, either with a big Spider-Man key or something from Swamp Thing. And I don't get Swamp Thing very often, so this is a great episode today.
Pleasure.
Yeah, I choked on a spicy meatball the other day. Yes, Immortal Bigashek is right.
That's right.
The last sale of a 9.8 that I see logged here is from 2021, and that was 90,000. So today, saying it'd be around 100,000 is probably a minimum. Yeah.
There was a 9.8 sold. I think it was either Comic Link or one of the places that doesn't record to GPA or whatever, and it sold for $100,000.
Yeah, so there you are. Good call. Unrelated question, says Nick. Yeah, just asking for a friend. He lives in Wyoming, and
expensive books are not kept in store.
They're all going back to the vault. Let's see what else we got here. People say hello to everybody again. So that is redonkulous. We'll allow it. Yeah. an excellent 10.0. They're giving, yeah. All right, excellent, man. That's awesome. That's the highest price an individual slab on the show. No,
That would
nowhere
Probably
near,
not.
because
the action.
we've had a couple Action Comics ones on the show.
Yeah.
We've Detective Comics 27. We've had a couple, a 9.6 Startling Comics 49 on the show. So yeah, well, that would be less than the, oh, I don't know. Anyways, we've had some
Is it the most expensive bronze book on the show?
that it would be.
What's the highest
Bronze Age
181 we've had on this? Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that'd be up there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still believe that it might be. But if it's not, hey, it's definitely one hell of a slab to end off with. So thank you so much for bringing that on. Oops. Oh, there we go. And sharing that with us today. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Again, everybody who's been helping out the super chats earlier today, thank you so much helping to support our stuff here with Comics Curing Cancer. The other way you can do to help support us and fight cancer, if you're looking for a presser, don't forget you can check out the roguetraderutah.com. He's the man who presses my fat stacks. You can use the code FATSTACKS at checkout and receive 20% off your pressing, including already discounted bundles. And when you use the code, $10 is donated to Comics Curing Cancer.
So, Rob, before you begin, I see everyone in the chat is dropping that hashtag. I love when this happens. Like,
right, the predictive, yeah.
Yes, I love the fact everyone's dropping hashtag OnlySlabs in there. Stop.
Fat Stacks merch. Also, you can check out fatstacksmerch.com where you can get Comics Curing Cancer gear, OnlySlabs gear, and Fat Stacks gear, with all proceeds going to Comics Curing Cancer. Since you guys are all super anxious to get in there, I had a hashtag in there earlier, but I think Philtastic said that slabbing and action go together, and that's slaction. So give us that hashtag slaction. And I'm going to give you just a second. There's Cali Comics chopping his once my $2. Thank you so much for donating that for us here for Comics Curing Cancer. And I'm going to go ahead and there. Yeah, so everybody's getting their slaction action in there. Let's see, I'm seeing here. Biggie Shack drops and says, hey, he's just saying on the Collectors Club, there might be a pretty big book coming up. Just saying.
Great show that Big does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great show.
Yeah. All right, so we'll let that run for a second. Coming up for me on the Rob Faststacks Comics channel, of course, I did just drop a mystery box on Thursday. Geek Out with Roscoe mystery box, Firebox. You might check out that video. Coming up on Monday, we do have another Monday mail call. Imagine that. And guess what? There'll be 2 more keys we'll unbox. Just because.
See?
Now, what I said last week's was the last major key, and I'm not lying.
Yeah, but you don't.
These are. I mean, they're not minor, but they're just not. They're not first Black Panther.
No.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So, I get where you're coming from, because you know that how I feel about T'Challa. So I can't
Bronze
argue
Age
against
keys.
that.
I'll give you that. They're both Bronze Age keys. So you just have to tune in Monday to check that out. Unless, of course, you're a Goon Squad member, it'll be available tomorrow for you early for all the Goon Squad members.
Nice.
Yeah. So there we go. That's what's coming up. Thursday, I don't know yet whether I'll have a mystery box or not. It's shipped. The mystery box that was supposed to get here is still in transit. If it gets here in time, we'll do that. Otherwise, I'll have some other unboxing. But next Saturday, we have a very, if I can find that freaking card, what the hell? We have the very special Rob and Chris, top 10 slab pickups for 2023 holiday special, the year in review version of Only Slabs. That'll be kicking off at the regular time. Chris and I sit down together to review our top 10 slab pickups for the year. And if you've been watching my content, there's a couple big ones in there.
It's not a competition.
It's not a competition, no.
It's not a competition.
But I won.
Both number ones are books that punch you in the face. That's all I have to say.
It's fabulous. So, anyways, we'll be around for that. That one, by the way, will be a pre-recorded, but we'll have it. It'll be live streaming. We'll be there in the chat, and I will at some point in the chat drop a hashtag for you to leave a comment below the video, so that the following week we can come back and we'll still do a giveaway for that video. So there we go. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's give somebody else some books, or maybe give some more books to Wayne. Ready or not, here we spin. Oops, I can't click that. I have to click. I was trying to click the
I know what you're doing.
The wrong one. Yeah.
Wheel of Fish.
Yeah, there we go. All right. I can't get no status selection. Nice.
Will
Comics. Congratulations. All right, let's remove that. Mic myself big. And I'm interested to see how Rob knocks his list down to just 10. It was not easy, and I may or may not have cheated.
This is also true. All right. So Will's one of the luckiest guys that we know, Rob. Will's the first one that had that perfect 10 button from CGC over at Heroes Con, and ended up getting, I believe it was a signed Alex Ross 9/8. If my memory is correct.
Well, let's see what you're going to pull for him this time, Chris.
If there's a signed Ross in there, I'm quitting this show.
Anyways, there's no signed Alex Ross in this box. No.
Let's go 6 from the front, and then lucky 7 from the rear.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right.
All right, let's let it ride. And stop. And those 2 books, Rob, that your finger splits. And let it ride.
Oops, let me turn it this way so you can see.
Now. And those 2 books. They seem to be very bright, those ones right there. Okay.
All right. I don't see anything.
Okay.
Oops. All right. Extra book. Oh, what a nice extra book. All right, here. Let's flip it over. We'll go in the order what we got here. Well, dang. Right off the back. How about
nice.
Red Sonja #1.
Marvel feature. Nice.
Awesome.
Great book. Great book.
Rob, what are you putting this shit in the box for?
That book probably shouldn't be in there, but here we are.
Yeah, probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Mark Waid signed homage.
Nice homage.
Yeah.
Very nice homage.
Avengers, No Surrender. But nice homage. Next up, you know what? I'm going to give you a bonus book on this one, because this is a facsimile of the fold out. I know they did a facsimile, but you know what? I just acquired a whole mess of the originals. I'm going to throw in an original version with this as well. So you'll get the facsimile will be notated with the F on the back, and you'll get an original copy of the exact same book.
That's good of you, Rob.
Batman 500 with the collector, the special variants, you fold it open and blah blah blah, all that stuff.
Foily.
Yeah. I gave you an extra book because you pulled a blank, a Commander in Crisis.
Okay.
Blank. I'll show you your bonus book in a moment. The last of your regular pulls, we were talking about Ross, some Justice Society of America.
That's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Just beautiful books. less print run on the facsimile.
This is very
Yeah,
true.
that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Very true.
And the bonus book I pulled forward, just reaching over to random. Amazing Spider-Man 177.
Oh,
Nice.
Some nice Bronze Age ASM.
Yeah! Yeah!
why is that?
So congratulations, Cup of Comics. Those will be going on out to you. Everybody, appreciate you all who came out and played along with us on your home game edition. You can just go through pull out your slabs and ask yourself to read what's on the right side of the label. And that's how you play the home game. If you ever want to be a guest on OnlySlabs, haven't been yet, or you've been a former guest in the past and you still got more slabs you want to share, by all means, feel free to reach on out to me. And we will discuss about getting you on a show. Currently booking for March and beyond. That's how we roll. No, that's not the third Green Goblin. Oh, you mean
the third different Goblin? It might be.
Might be.
Yeah.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again all for coming out for us. Lawrence, thank you so much for coming on and being with us on the show. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Everybody, until next time, make sure you collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody, including me. I mean, I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.